Welcome to the Faith Washington Show. I invite you to join me every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. We will discuss life, business, leadership, family, and fun, and what happens when your view of the world expands. A wide variety of guests will provide insight on how they do business, family, and leadership in their lives. So now, here's today's show. So much for joining us here on the Faith Washington Show. And I am so grateful for the guest who has joined me tonight. His name is Andrew Weiss. Andrew has formed a company around a homeopathic remedy called Ayura. And a little bit about myself. I am a pharmacist by trade, biochemist, certified strength and conditioning specialist, and a certified personal trainer. So I have a very wide and broad background. I met Andrew maybe 3 years ago through Dr. Michael Marshall, who is a chiropractor and naturopathic physician. And Andrew and I formed a friendship, and he explained to me the product that he actually created because he had a certain condition. And I wanted to explain what the product means and what the type, the actual category of medicine that we're dealing with. Hi, Freddie. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So, Andrew, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Happy to have you here.
Yeah.
And please just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got here.
Well, it started a long time ago. I suffered for about 17 years with severe cold sores.
Okay.
And I had no idea that it would turn out to be pretty much my life's gift to the planet. I worked with the largest homeopathic manufacturer on the planet.
And who is that?
Heal, out of Germany. And we developed together, working with some of their doctors, a product that we call Ayura. It's a homeopathic treatment for the symptoms of herpes, cold sores, and shingles. This was back in 2003, and after getting my feet wet in the drugstore industry, having never done it before, I decided to pull out of the sales and just go into research. And Dr. Marshall helped us get into, through some friends of his, into FAU. And for the past 5 years, they've been researching our product, and we just got published in one of the world's leading neurological medical journals.
What's that journal?
In September.
What's the name of the journal? Do you remember?
It's the, you'd think I would know that.
No, it's okay. No, I don't mind. Just
do.
pull it. Yeah, use
I
your
have it
computer.
right here.
We'll get that access.
It's the science, neurology and neurosciences.
Okay. Yeah, that is a big deal.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And got published in there with several other drugs. And
not just once, twice.
yeah.
You've been published twice.
Well, this is the main...
Two different studies.
This is the big one, yeah. And they're doing some more work on it now. It's ongoing. I mean, the last virus that we studied was the rhinovirus.
Which is the common cold, for those of you that aren't aware. Rhinovirus is the common cold.
Well, the Chinese say that's where everything starts.
Yeah.
All the sickness starts with the common cold. Anyway, I haven't been sick in over 14 years, and I just take 3 of the tablets every day. It's an amazing product. It's the thing that attracted me to it was that there were no side effects, because some of these other drugs out there for either herpes, cold sores, or shingles have a tremendous amount of side effects with them, and they're not real pleasant. I've kind of grown up on the other side of the fence. I've never really had a need for doctors because I just never got sick or anything. And I tell my friends I've been to 3 doctors. One helped me come into the earth, and the other 2 broke when I had 2 broken bones.
And that's it. That's amazing.
It is.
That's amazing, Andrew. Truly.
The nurses love this product because a lot of them say we're the only people that didn't get sick this year because it's an antiviral.
Right.
And it's kind of cool. I mean, we're in our 14th year now. And I think that the acceptance for natural products here in this country, people are starting to wake up. When we first started out, less than 4% of the United States population even knew what homeopathics were.
And I'm going to just halt you right there for 1 second
Sure.
and explain to our viewers and listeners. A homeopathic remedy is a substance that causes symptoms of a disease in healthy people that it can be cured or by using similar symptoms in people who are sick. In other words, if a healthy person were to take something like this, then it would cause an issue. If they were to take an herb or a plant product of some sort, it would cause them to be ill. But if they actually have the symptoms that this actually causes, because a homeopathic remedy is a dilution, in other words, it's a minuscule, tiny, tiny, tiny amount of the product, it allows the body to heal itself. The body's always going back towards what's known as homeostasis. In other words, back to normal. And it allows itself to heal by taking this type of product. So Ayura, when taken appropriately in the mouth, dissolved, 3 tablets 3 times a day or 3 tablets once a day, however you are beginning to take it, will actually allow the body to heal itself of the virus, whether it's the rhinovirus, herpes simplex 1, which is cold sores, herpes simplex 2, or shingles. And these are all serious issues that affect everyone. And as you know on my show, I'm a professional life and business coach. We keep it real. So we're talking about something that affects billions of people. About 95% of the planet actually has the herpes simplex 1 virus, which are cold sores. And this is something that helps to alleviate those symptoms. And I know, Andrew, I remember seeing a picture that you showed me that was so incredible of an outbreak that you had that caused you to just say, I've got to find something for this.
Well, that wasn't one. That was one similar to those. I've had 2 outbreaks in the last 14 years. Wow. And that last one came when I was up camping and drinking beer and staying up all night, and I forgot my
Your own
product.
fault.
And we were up in the
fault.
Colorado mountains, and it was very intense, the sun.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I had that, it just came out and broke out in that afternoon, and boom, I didn't have any product with me. And but the nice thing is that after I got home and took it, it was completely gone in about 4 days. So
what's the website that folks could go to pick some of this product up and try it? I recommend highly for cold sores, you have to try this.
Sure.
What's that site?
It's, the name of the company is Ayura. It's AEURA. It's like aura with an E. AEURA.com. And we haven't had, it's been over 10 years since we've had a return bottle, and we have a 100% money back guarantee. We call it the happy guarantee. Seriously, go to the website and check it out. We've got some great videos there, some testimonials. We just ran an infomercial. We just started the week after Thanksgiving. We started the test on it and had phenomenal results with that. There's a lot of people interested. One of the things about the countries in the West, like the U.S. and the UK, believe it or not, we're actually as high or higher than a lot of the third world countries in the statistics for the amount of people that have the virus. In the United States, according to the CDC last year, 56% of the 5-year-olds in this country already have the virus. Is rampant in the daycare centers. It's kind of hard if one of the family members has it for the rest of them not to get it.
It's almost impossible. Yeah.
And the thing about the herpes virus is that nobody in the Western world, well, especially these 2 countries, wants to talk about it. So
of course, because
self-medicate.
there's so much shame associated with saying, "Oh my gosh, I have cold sores," or "I have this," or I have shingles. Look at this rash. What, you know something? I want to say right here today, as a pharmacist, seeing thousands of people come to my window in shame and feeling that there's something wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with you. It's a simple virus. You got it. Treat it. Ayura is the way to do it. It's safe. It doesn't cause the side effects of Valtrex or Famvir or Zovirax, which is acyclovir, Denavir. there are no side effects with this. It's a win-win. Does it work for 100% of the people that use it? No, it does not. However, it can help to lessen the outbreak when you have it.
Well, the thing that I learned in talking with the scientists doing the research on this product that I didn't realize, I've always known that homeopathics understand the wisdom of the body, and what they explained it to me like this. They said that a drug will penetrate the cell.
Mm-hmm.
The homeopathics communicate with the membrane, with the little communicators around the edge of the cell.
Right.
And that's why they call it, they said it understands the wisdom of the body.
Right.
And,
the homeostasis
yeah.
to bring back to normal, to
I mean,
bring back to healthy.
Our bodies are amazing. I mean, the stuff we can heal if we just get the other stuff out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're pretty phenomenal when you think about it. And one of the things I like to, I'll just share with you here that around AURA, this product is developed to, I really believe this is going to be the bridge between allopathic and naturopathic medicine here on this planet.
Absolutely.
It's probably the most empowering product that's available today on the market because, as you were saying, the people that have the virus or have an outbreak, there's a lot of shame around it because of what we've been taught.
It's cultural. It's
Sure.
cultural. It's social. Mhm.
And there's a lot of pain and there's a lot of fear around it because if you're not under an outbreak, you're worrying about the next one, you know? And
Or how it's going to affect the people around you.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's a relationship or your family, however it pans out, you know what? That's what being really authentic is about, being real and owning who you are, what your life is about. And I think that this bridges that gap. It allows people to function at a very different level.
we want to give somebody an alternative. I mean, they call it alternative medicine over here in Europe.
Absolutely.
You go into the drugstore
It's
and
normal.
they have greeters like we do at Walmart. And they say, do you want homeopathic or pharmaceutical? It's
Go
just,
this way.
It's normal. And it's something that more and more people in this country are catching on to it, and rightfully so. It's my gift to the planet. Imagine having a life where you never have to worry about another outbreak. Wow. I mean, that's
huge.
that's pretty good. I know because you're
that's
talking to
huge.
somebody that suffered for almost 17 years. And I know the women that suffer from the herpes virus. It's reoccurring monthly, and it's the stories that I could tell you bring tears to your eyes.
Yeah.
And we've offered hope to so many people. Every time we sell a bottle, we give one away. We've given more product actually away.
Yeah, explain that program because I
Okay.
know that when he first told me this, I thought, that's incredible. This is like for third world countries where it's just, that's amazing.
Well, I got the idea from Tom's Shoes.
Okay.
I loved it because we were just giving product away. And then I said, why don't we just do one for every bottle that we sell?
Wow.
And
Wow.
it was, I've sent product into 16 countries. We most of it, we just give it away because I get calls from, or emails from people in Russia, from China, all over Africa, South America, and they don't have a checkbook. They don't have, a bank account, but they have a need for the product. And I just send it to them. And then recently, in the last, 4 or 5 years here in this country, we've been giving a lot of it away because I get emails from dads that have lost their jobs. Their insurance is gone. The Valtrex is $300 a month. They can't afford it. What am I going to do? My daughter's counting on me, that type of thing.
Right.
And we just give it to them. But that's what it's all about. We're here to change the world, and make it a better place.
Yeah,
as Michael would
you
say.
are.
Yeah.
He is here to
And-
do just exactly that. And he is a very focused and driven person. And in the years that I've known Andrew, he has let nothing stop him. And he's been through some really serious adversities. That's something that, as a coach, I get to hear from people on a daily basis, things that that could stop them in their tracks. But when we refocus and shift their mind, they're able to see, okay, I've got a vision and a mission. And if you focus on that, that's what's going to carry you through. And your
Yeah.
vision and mission to help people has never wavered.
We just want to empower them because imagine this. if you've been a victim, which when you have this virus, that's
People feel like a victim, right?
you're basically a victim. I felt like it, and when you make a decision to try a product that actually works, you're empowering yourself, and after you don't have to go through outbreaks again, you go, wow, maybe I could. What else could I change in my life? This is pretty cool.
Yes.
I mean that's what it did for me, and it's changed my world. And if that's all it did, I'd be happy. But you know, we can't stop there because it's here for the planet. And when I look out there and I see the people suffering, if we can just do anything to help them, and it kind of feels really good after we got published in the medical journal. It gave us some validation, and it actually, what we've done is we've proven for the first time through hard science the efficacy of homeopathy.
Right. Well, just so everyone knows, the FDA did approve homeopathic remedies in 1983. There was a little, maybe one paragraph about homeopathic remedies, but they are extremely effective. And it's an alternative medicine, and it's a holistic medicine. In other words, it treats the person as a whole. It's not treating just one simple symptom. It's treating a plethora of things that are going on within the body.
And it doesn't interact with any other medications.
Right, exactly. And the FDA even states that there's no interaction.
There's never been a side effect registered against homeopathy. There was one, and then they recanted.
Yeah.
They said, no, it's impossible. It's an energetic medicine.
Exactly.
How can it be? I mean, it's so minuscule. It just understands the wisdom of the body.
Right. And it's time now. We're 2017. It's time for us to really be proactive and take responsibility and accountability for not only our lives, but our health. And I believe that as far as wellness is concerned, it means eating the right things, drinking the right things, getting plenty of clean, clear water, which we have access to, not eating GMO products, eating things that are going to actually feed the body, taking care of our intestines. If your intestines are offline, that's a whole that's a whole other segment. And actually, when we speak to Rick Gold, he's gonna speak with us about that. So, but Andrew,
I just wanted to, one other thing I wanted to
please.
mention about the name of the Ayura.
Yes.
It's from an old Sumerian language. It means the essence of balance. And hence what you were referring to when everything is in balance.
Homeostasis, back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the nice thing about this product, it's 100% risk-free.
It doesn't.
It's got a happy guarantee, 100%.
It's not going to ever hurt anyone or create an imbalance or a problem within your body. Definitely worth trying it. What's that website that they can reach you at to order the product right away?
It's AEURA.com. It's like aura with an E.
Okay.
We pronounce it like my daughter Desiree. She says, "Hey, you rock." It's A-U-RA. And it's like I say, it's 100% money back guarantee. Gets shipped discreetly. One day we'll get beyond that, but for now.
Well, you told me once that in some of the other countries like South America that there is not the stigma within the Latin culture that we have here in the U.S. I'd like to hear a little bit about that.
Well, it's true. It's pretty interesting. I remember back probably 10 years ago, maybe maybe 8 years ago, I was in Hollywood. My daughter was taking classes out there, and I went out to shoot an infomercial, and my buddy knew some of the top people at the SOMA Awards, and so he took me over there, and that's the Latin equivalent to our, what's the big... Oscars,
Okay.
Yeah. And they had me on the red carpet with some of their actresses, and they were holding the product up. They weren't talking about culture. They said, "Hey, we've got the answer to herpes." We go, "Yay!" They took us up to a Pepsi Cola sponsored party afterwards. This massive glass house up on the top of the mountain, and they stopped the DJ, and he's like, and everybody's cheering. They're going. I said, "Wow, this is really cool."
That's incredible.
But the thing about
totally different reception.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if Grandma says it works, the whole family takes it.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Matriarchal.
And we've got folks helping us right now become a through the UN a humanitarian project. So
Yes, this is big.
Once
This
we're
is
cleared for that,
this is big through the UN.
we'll be going into so many different countries, and
I think you have some distribution points in Australia. Am I right? Australia, New Zealand.
well, we've been selling it, around the world right now.
Right.
Since we've got published, they're coming out of the woodwork. Yeah,
That's good news.
everybody wants to do it. Yeah, well, Australia is a good one. They even pay for homeopathics with your insurance in Australia.
Really?
Which they do in most of the
did not
European
know
countries
that.
as well. Yeah.
And the European countries.
Yeah.
Wow.
Things are going to change in this country. We're in for big change.
I like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm
I like
excited
things
about
that don't cause side effects. I like things that are not drugs. Things that work with the body instead of against it.
it. Well, it's considered a drug.
Well, it
By
is
the FDA,
considered
we
a
had
drug,
to get
right?
a national drug code.
Code,
but
right? Mm-hmm.
it isn't and not what you're. It's not
Right.
a pharmaceutical drug. Yeah, and it's safe for children. It's pregnant mothers. Always check with your physician.
With your physician, correct?
I've had mothers that call me and say, "My son ate a half a bottle. What should I do?" And I said, "Well, give him
Nothing.
the other half. It won't hurt him."
Well, no, you really wouldn't want to do that, but
one of the
but
things
figure
that we
speech,
found out
yes.
in the research is that by putting less, it had more of an effect. The less
So-
they took, yeah,
really,
Mm-hmm.
well, that goes along with
that's the basis
like
of homeopathy.
like
Yeah.
cures like. It's vaccinations are based on that principle that you give a little teeny bit and then the body's immune system responds to it and wards off the disease if you're exposed to it after sufficient period of time.
So
But
they say.
right, that's what they say. But I still think that homeopathy is far better because you're treating it in a very natural way rather than injecting something completely foreign with preservatives into the human body, which not so good all the time.
Yeah, it's interesting that the shingles used to be something that happened to our grandparents, and in the past 10 years, the young people with shingles it's amazing, especially in the military. It's stress related.
Stress related, chemicals,
Yeah.
the sunlight. Okay, just so everyone knows, there are certain things that stimulate the outbreak of the virus. Okay, whether it's the cold sores, whether it's herpes 2, whether it's shingles, excessive sunlight. If you get burnt and you don't have sunscreen on, that can bring it out.
If you're not taking this,
If you're not taking A-Raw, excess chocolate, that can do it. Excess nuts and nut butters, especially peanuts, they're very high in an amino acid called arginine. And you can offset that by taking the lysine and A-Raw. That's like a double whammy against it. Corn and popcorn, those products are very high in arginine as well and can stimulate an outbreak of
another
herpes.
thing that really does that a lot of people I didn't
Oh,
know,
and caffeine too. High stimulation of caffeine.
drinking anything out of an aluminum can in the sunlight will trigger the virus in the cold sores.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Very cool.
I didn't know that. So I had to learn that
It's
the
a
hard
beautiful
way.
thing. You found out.
Yeah,
You did it, and that was it.
yeah. No, I'm just very happy to be able to bring this product to the world, and I know it's been a long time. It's been a lot of years, but
Yeah.
as we were saying earlier tonight, discussing the fact that it's all timing, and we're ready to accept it now. People are looking for natural answers. Interesting thing, I watched an interview with in fact, it's on our website with the head of the pediatrician
Okay.
association, whatever it is, and they were talking about drugs and homeopathy, and she was saying that she would give homeopathy to her children,
Okay.
but until there was further science around it,
And now there is.
we have it, and I thought, well, the gentleman that answered his question was, how many of the drugs that you promote have been tested with the other drugs they give you at the same time? So he said
Interesting.
you can pretty much throw science out the window.
Very interesting.
And I think that people I like to think that we're all pretty intelligent. I know that a lot of us we want to believe what we're told out there, and we look to these organizations we look at them as our protector and sometimes it's not what it seems.
Right. I would agree with that. Sometimes you have to look outside the box. Think outside the box and look outside the box. Within normal limits is not always the right way to go. Andrew, I really appreciate you coming today. And can you give our listeners again the website and a phone number if you have one?
Sure. The website is AEURA. The phone number is 888-437-7379. If you can't remember AEURA, go to the coldsoreformula.com, the shingles formula, or the herpes formula. Any one of those, they'll all take you to the right place.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being my guest.
Great.
And
I appreciate it.
absolutely happy to have you here. We'll have you back again because I'd really
Sounds
like
good.
to see more people utilizing this product. But this has been the Faith Washington Show, and anyone wanting to reach me for professional business coaching and life coaching, my phone number is 561-702-3986. And we've been live here on Facebook, and we are also on 1470 AM and 95.3 FM radio. We'll see you again next week, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Thanks. You've been listening and watching The Faith Washington Show, where we have widened your view of the world. Our guests share their business, family, and fun life hacks to make your world better. Hope you've learned something to apply to your life and business. And join me every Wednesday night at 7 p.m.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily